This is Lisa Bryant, and you're listening to the Bomber Buzz.
It is a great day in the Bomber Nation. This is Principal Jacob Jenkins, and I am by my lonesome here today. We've got a shorter episode for you today. We have had quite a full week. Paul would be with me, but he is actually setting up for our homecoming game tonight. And this has been homecoming week, and what a week it has been. Just full of activities, lots of great stuff going on. I thought I'd give you a little recap about some of the great things that went on this week. So we had no school on Monday, and we kicked off homecoming on Tuesday. We announced our candidates for the homecoming court, and on Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. we had our coronation. Our court this year was Carter Fink and Lorella Brown, Martin Heberly and Grace Ritteman, Caleb White and Aubrey Shep, and our king this year is King Logan Thompson. Our queen this year is Queen Casey Simons. So that was all announced on Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. And on Wednesday afternoon, we had our reverse powder puff boys volleyball game at 1:30. We had 4 different teams face off against each other, and we had it was a really great time. We ended up with a first and second place team. Our second place team was coached by Jerica Shenfish, and that was comprised of Logan Thompson, Holden Meyer, Dalen Yanish, Tucker Shep, Jack Wrench, Braylon Flagel, and Parker Smeltzer. And they fought hard. It was a lot of back and forth, but Coach Emily Lindahl's team ended up coming out ahead with first place. On that team, Dylan Pank, Peyton Delano, Sam Wrench, Clay Shenfish, Martin Heberly, Brody Hansen, and Tristan Pond. And I got to say, judging by the height of the team, Dylan Pank was the tallest on Coach Emily Lindahl's team. And everyone, I think, underestimated how much power those guys brought and how much energy and things. It was just a really fun way to spend an afternoon during homecoming week. The championship went 3 games, and it was neck and neck the whole way. Just a really great way to cap off Wednesday. That took us into Thursday, and on Thursday we had our color run. It was a 1-mile walk and run throughout town. You probably saw students in the afternoon running and walking around town. They started here at the school and went through town and had different stations where they got color thrown on them, and ended back up at the school where the students got to have water and icy pops and spend some time outside, enjoying one another's company, playing around. Really fun to see our Bomber Nation High School interacting with our Bomber Nation Elementary, just playing together, encouraging one another. It was really a fun activity there. And then Friday for homecoming this morning, we had our parade. It was great, very well attended. I want to thank all of the community that came out and was part of and viewed the parade. It was really great having all of you there. There was lots of candy thrown out. The class floats this year were just on point. Everyone worked so hard to make sure that what they had was quality and looked really great. And so good job to everyone that was in the parade. It was a lot of fun. That took most of the morning to finish building, and then we started the parade at 10 and then tore down. And then we had our Battle of the Bombers on Friday afternoon. That is a great time that all of our students look forward to. We each class competes against each other in a bunch of different kind of games and things like that, ranging from tug of war to balloon cup stacking, trivia, name that tune, and all sorts of chair races and other things like that. It's just a lot of fun little activities. And this year, I am proud to announce that our winners of the Battle of the Bombers was our sophomore class. They ended up beating the juniors by only 5 points. So it was a really tight, close competition for the Battle of the Bombers. But the sophomores were able to pull it out right there at the end and take home the win. We also had a really successful week this week with volleyball. On Tuesday, our girls went up against Garrison Troopers and won 3-0. And on Thursday, our varsity took on the Velva Aggies, another win 3-0. Tonight, we are facing off our homecoming game right out here in the Bomber Nation at Berthold Field. We've got our boys facing off against the Dunseith Dragons. And that game starts at 7 p.m., so we hope that you guys can come on out and check that out. And then we cap off homecoming week with volleyball again. On Saturday, they'll be at the Cole County Invite in Beulah Hazen, bright and early, 9 a.m. in the morning. So it's just a really nice week. It's always fun when we can do some different type of activities. There are some thank yous that I need to put out there because there are some people that worked really hard to make sure that this week came together. First of all, I'd like to thank Mrs. Rachel Schieve, our kindergarten teacher and student council advisor, and I'd like to thank her and the student council. They just did a phenomenal job of putting things together, coming up with activities, and organizing them, and just made for such a fun week for everyone, elementary, high school, and both. Just a fun time for them. So thank you to Mrs. Schieve and the student council. Also, a big thank you to Mrs. Gravesen for taking charge of the Battle of the Bombers and putting that together so that that competition would be just smooth and successful. And thank you to all the teachers. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, organizing. All the teachers, especially high school teachers, help out with the students building floats and putting all of those together. And that's a lot of work, and so thank you to them. And, of course, thank you to the students. I just felt that we had a really successful homecoming week, and the attitudes this year were great. Everyone put in a lot of effort to their dress up, to their floats. It was just so nice to see the school come together. Another activity I forgot to mention here was our Bomber buddies. Throughout the week, they got to have either lunch or recess with their buddy. And so the older buddies got to choose a day to either have lunch or recess and spend some time with their buddies. And that was just really nice to have them be able to get together in a real informal way that's kind of fit their schedule. So homecoming is officially wrapped up after this weekend. And, things don't necessarily slow down moving into next weekend, or next week, I should say. On Tuesday, that'll be a busy day. Our junior high volleyball will be playing against DLB. Also on Tuesday morning, there's a public taxpayer meeting at 7 a.m. here in Berthold, and followed by the school board meeting, which will start at 8 a.m. also here in Berthold. Wednesday is our early out. Just a reminder that on early out days, we end school at 1:30. So if you need to pick up your students, make sure that you're here to get them at 1:30 on Wednesday, the 11th. On Thursday, the 12th next week, our elementary girls basketball will be playing against Burlington, while our volleyball, varsity C, JV, and V, will be playing off against Stanley. That game, the varsity game, or the C squad, JV, and varsity games are at 4:45, 5:45, and 7. Friday, our boys travel to Alexander. And on Saturday is the elementary girls basketball jamboree right here in Berthold on Saturday the 14th. So we just keep rolling. There's lots of things going on, lots of ways to come and see our Bomber Nation, young and older, participate and compete and do these really great things. That's about all that I have for you this week. Because of homecoming week and how busy we were, we decided just a short episode. We didn't really have time to pull anyone to interview. So that's really all that I have. I will let you know that we, right now, we're looking for a yearbook advisor. If you're interested in advising yearbook, we are looking for someone to advise yearbook. So if that's something that would interest you, please contact me, let me know. And I was asked to let everyone know about the Carpio Fire Department 75th anniversary coming up on the 14th. That's a Saturday the 14th. There's a parade at 5 p.m., a dedication program. They'll have a dunking booth, a touch-a-truck, wagon rides. They'll have food served at the Carpio Senior Center from 4 until midnight. That's a free will donation, and there's a street dance in Carpio from 8 o'clock until midnight, 8 p.m. to midnight on the 14th. On Sunday the 15th, they have their annual pancake breakfast from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., so you can go dance hard until midnight, take a nap, and then go get some pancakes in the morning. Also, they have their annual gun raffle going on, so tickets are available for that if you would like to enter into that raffle. I'd like to thank you all for listening to the Bomber Buzz. As I said, this is just a short episode this week, but we'll be back next week with some interviews. We've got a lot of exciting things we think coming up for the podcast. We're always looking for guests or ideas of things that you'd like to hear about. If you'd like to be on the Bomber Buzz, or if you have an idea of something that you'd like to hear about here on the Bomber Buzz, please let myself or Mr. Rudolph know. You can reach us by email or calling the school. Either way, all of our information's on the Berthold website. So, thanks again to everybody who made this such a successful week. What a great homecoming week. We're looking forward. I feel refreshed and jazzed. I think everyone was really excited and is now ready. Looking forward to moving into the rest of our school year here. Good luck to our Bomber Nation tonight and this weekend as we take on the Dragons and teams at the Cole County Invite. Thank you for listening. Make sure to like and subscribe on whatever format that you're listening to this podcast so you can get notified of our new episodes. We try to put out a new episode every Friday. If you'd like to sponsor the podcast or sponsor the school, simply let one of us know. And during our episodes, of course, you'll get to hear our different sponsor messages and things like that. And up next here, we'll have our little fun fact for the week, and then we'll have the Berthold Band take us out with our school song. Thank you for listening, and fly high, Bombers.
This is Donna Helfrich, and I teach music here in Berthold, and a fun fact about me is my favorite sport to watch is the sport of curling.
SandPro is a leading sand filtration specialist who uses cutting-edge wellhead technologies and automatic solutions to keep at the forefront of innovation in the oil field automation sector. SandPro prioritizes the rural values of safety, integrity, quality, commitment, and teamwork. Learn more about how SandPro supports local communities and the environment by visiting sandpro.com. SandPro is a proud sponsor of the Bomber Nation.